Extraordinary You, written by one of our favorite angels, Jacqueline Ortiz. Chapter 12 is on prosperity consciousness. True prosperity consciousness isn't measured in dollar signs. It's measured by your propensity to attract and share prosperity and abundance in all areas of your life. Prosperity and abundance are an important part of living an extraordinary life, and it is one of the 9 life areas in Feng Shui. Aligning yourself with the infinite abundance of the universe isn't necessarily about preoccupation with amassing an immense amount of money for the sake of hoarding. It is more about your ability to attract your heart's desire so that you can have the luxury of peace of mind and the time to manifest and live the extraordinary life that you desire. Each of us has our own particular definition of what it will take to feel truly prosperous. What is your definition of prosperity? How do you envision prosperity? Is it having the biggest house and the fanciest sports car in the neighborhood? Is it having all of your assets paid in full and cash to live on a comfortable life? Is it having enough money to never have to work again? Is it to be deeply in love with your significant other? Extraordinary size 67. List the specific set of criteria that will make you think and feel that you have achieved prosperity. Sit down and methodically list and describe your criteria and vision for prosperity. Be very specific. Dare to dream big. It is okay to want things. It is okay to ask for things. What isn't okay is to feel guilty for wanting things or to feel unworthy of receiving them. Nor is it okay to worship money, wealth, or power as your deity and become enslaved to material things. It is okay to ask and to have. It's all about balance. Remember, prosperity is a blessing. What isn't a blessing is greed or hoarding. Sharing and tithing is the key to tapping into the constant and infinite river of prosperity. Give, share, and tithe what you have, and your coffers will always be replenished. But you must give from the heart without the expectation of getting something in return. You must give to help others, not because you want to help yourself. Don't think, what's in it for me? Find a way to share and contribute your material and spiritual blessing to this universe. One of the greatest prosperity books of all time is the Bible. In the Bible, there are over 3,000 references to and promises of prosperity. Some theologians claim that number is closer to 8,000. That's a lot of prosperity to go around, and if it is good enough for the Bible, then it should be good enough for you. To accept that wanting and having prosperity is not sinful or greedy. One can say that it is only greed if prosperity is used to hoard, punish, control, or manipulate. Prosperity is best when it is enjoyed, appreciated, respected, and shared. Open sesame. Overall, to feel prosperous, one must require and have more than wealth. One must also experience peace of mind, body, health, and spirit harmony. Whatever you desire in life, you must first be open to receiving it. Open your mind and spirit to prosperity. Poverty is not a virtue. Prosperity is not a sin or a curse. Rather, it is a blessing to be enjoyed and shared. Declare war on poverty while making peace with prosperity. Prosperity is a spiritual blessing. Prosperity provides the luxury of time and resources and freedom to grow and learn without the distraction and struggle of having to scrape to get by. You already know that knowledge is power, so open up to the inner wisdom that resides within you. You do this by being open, recognizing and acknowledging its presence, and then asking for assistance. I personally recite this affirmation every morning before leaving the house. Today and every day, I invite the divine, universal wisdom within me to bless me with helpful people, events, and meaningful synchronicity to guide me to my higher purpose. You can substitute prosperity for higher purpose, or add prosperity to this affirmation. Be open to receiving spiritual solutions and prosperity, and you will attract it. Ask and you shall receive. Prosperity is a state of mind. Poverty is not a virtue, nor is it a curse or a sin. Poverty is a dis-ease of the mind. If you aren't prosperous, it is because your conscious and subconscious mind are at odds. Consciously, you want to be prosperous, but subconsciously, something is holding you back. Prosperity is a state of mind. Prosperity resides within each one of us. We just need to tap into it. Thoughts are creative, dynamic, organic, living things that create, attract, and manifest. Your thoughts can change and create your reality. What you think, feel, believe, and accept will dictate what you experience, what actions you take, and ultimately what you have in your life. You have one mind with two distinct and characteristic spheres that make up the whole. Your conscious mind is the one that is rational, objective, awake, and aware. It reasons and is responsive to its surroundings. It actively and deliberately perceives, thinks, analyzes, and chooses. Your conscious mind is objective and perceives through the five senses. Your subconscious mind is a marvelous storehouse of infinite wisdom, infinite power, infinite supply, infinite solutions, infinite creativity, and infinite understanding. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. It is like a sponge absorbing and accepting what your conscious mind dishes out. The subconscious mind is present in your mind without your conscious mind actively and directly being aware that it is there. Your subconscious mind is subjectively aware of its surroundings, but not through the five physical senses. It perceives through intuition, through feeling. It houses your feelings, memories, thoughts, emotions, associations, and intuitions. Your subconscious mind is very sensitive and reactive to your conscious thoughts and beliefs. Your subconscious is subject to your conscious mind. In other words, your conscious mind is in charge, and your subconscious mind is under the rule of the conscious mind. Your conscious mind gives out orders, and your subconscious takes the orders and accepts what you are saying, thinking, and believing as if it were fact. Your subconscious mind doesn't question your conscious mind. It's not there to prove or disprove what it's being told. It will accept the information that it receives and then work to validate the information as accurate. It will do its job even if it has to bring up past erroneous and misguided suggestions, thoughts, beliefs, experiences, and events. Therefore, you must be careful what you imprint upon your conscious mind. You must immediately stop and correct your erroneous conscious thoughts before they seep into your subconscious. A suggestion or thought in itself has no power. Because you think with your conscious mind, you also have the power to reject the thought. But whatever you repeatedly think sinks down into your subconscious mind. Once in your subconscious mind, with enough repetition and mingled with similar reinforcing thoughts, it becomes an ingrained belief. It is only when you harbor the thought in your mind and accept it as true that it becomes embedded in your subconscious. When you repeatedly say that you can't do something or that you can't afford something, your subconscious mind takes what you say and think at face value. It reaches into its intricate and complex storehouse of data to reason, excuse, justify, verify, and ultimately to convince itself that your conscious mind is right and I can't or can blank. You fill in the blank. Whatever your conscious mind tells you, your subconscious will find a way to convince itself that you can't or you can. Change your light, change your thoughts, and change your life. Your conscious mind is not the only place where your subconscious gathers data. You must also be on the alert for outside noises. These are external suggestions, mostly from other people, such as family, friends, peers, colleagues, and even perfect strangers. But also from television, magazines, newspapers, the internet, etc. These outside noises can influence how you think, how you feel, and even your beliefs. The toxic outside noise can be unintentional or with the intention to control, manipulate, influence, or change the way you think. Here are some examples of external suggestion that you have to watch out for. You can't do anything right. Better not do that. You'll get hurt. Don't try it or you'll fail. You're always wrong. It's no use. You aren't smart enough or you aren't talented enough. You are too old. You're too fat. You're too dumb. Life keeps getting harder and harder. Life is all work and then you die. You'll never amount to anything. It takes money to make money. Money is the root of all evil. Only the rich keep getting richer. Eliminate these ideas from your mind. Limit or eliminate people and situations that are spewing out negativity. If you can't get rid of a toxic person, for instance, if it's a family member, then politely change the subject. For the most part, you know who the toxic people are in your life. So be on the alert for negative talk. Every time you hear it, say to yourself, cancel, cancel. It is even better to take a few seconds to mentally counterattack negativity by rephrasing it in a positive way. It is even more productive to diplomatically and politely rephrase it aloud to the other person. For instance, someone says, only the rich get richer. You may respond by saying, it may seem easier for the rich to get richer, but there's plenty of abundance to go around for everyone. If you respond often enough in a positive and uplifting way, you may become a positive influence to him or her, or at the very least, they will eventually get the hint and go elsewhere to commiserate with others about his or her misery. Extraordinary size 68. A spiritual solution is a subconscious solution. When you have a question or problem, turn it over to your subconscious mind. Right before going to sleep, ask a very specific request or question and expect to get an answer. Then go to sleep. I prefer to also write the question on a notepad and keep it next to my bed with a pen. So if I get an answer in the middle of the night, I can jot it down and go back to sleep. If you don't get an answer, it may be that you believe it is too difficult a question, hence impossible to answer. Or maybe it will take a lot of time. Don't despair. If you don't get an answer overnight, it may take some time. Do not get discouraged. Continue to ask, and eventually you will get an answer. You must turn over your request with the certainty and expectation that you will get an answer. Go to sleep expecting that you will get an answer tonight. But don't try to force an answer, because then you shut down the channel with which you receive information. Turn off your intellectual, conscious problem-solving system and tap into your subconscious with childlike wonder, faith, and expectation. The key to prosperity, divinity within. When you turn inward, the divinity within you reunites and reconnects with the dormant riches that have been patiently waiting for you to recognize and access them. When you turn to and depend on external conditions and people to give you what you want, you become disconnected from infinite universal abundance. Your inner guidance and source comes from within. So it is permanent. It is a permanent conduit with your best interests at heart. When you tap into and reconnect to your essence, you experience the true prosperity that comes from peace of mind, a healthy body, a spirit and spiritual harmony. These states create a breeding ground for financial abundance. The universe that created you did so in its own image, in omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. You weren't created to be mediocre. You were created to be extraordinary. Everything that you need in order to create unlimited wealth and abundance is within you. You just need courage, confidence, beliefs, and techniques to tap into them so that you can go out there and take your slice of the prosperity pie. In this infinitely abundant universe, there's more than enough to go around. Enjoy. Prosperity isn't something to be hoarded, acquired, or manipulated. It's an energetic frequency that you can choose to tune into. The universe is made up of energy. The energetic vibration that you emit through your thoughts, feelings, and emotions affects what you put out, and in turn, what you attract to yourself. If you obsess about controlling and acquiring material possessions, you are telling your subconscious mind that you don't think you have enough, that you aren't enough. And the vicious circle of acquiring more is born. The more you need to acquire and hoard, the less you think you have, and the more material things you think you need in order to feel complete and prosperous. Ironically, by doing this, you are repelling what you desire. The sooner you stop chasing and striving, the sooner you will reconnect with your inner prosperous divinity and reap the rewards of abundance, love, gratitude, and peace of mind. Divine abundance is truly experienced when you recognize, develop, and nurture your spiritual connection to the infinitely abundant universe that created all that is. It is an inner knowing that you are more than enough, and that you have and will always have more than enough. Attracting prosperity. Attracting prosperity is a function of your thoughts. Focus on what you want and why. What is the essence of what you want? What is the feeling or emotion that you think it will bring you? I doubt that you desire $1 million because of the pleasure that 1 million pieces of old, wrinkled, dirty paper will bring you. The reason why you want it could be financial security, prestige, freedom, joy, or independence. What do you think is the fundamental, deep emotion that you think money will bring you? It is critical to always be grateful and thankful for everything you have and everything that is continually being manifested in your life. By focusing on all that you have, you will always have enough and attract more. But if you focus on scarcity and lack, you will never feel that you have enough, and you will only attract more scarcity. There's something to be said for passing on old wives' tales, because they are how my grandmother adopted her prosperity consciousness. She would preach that it was bad luck to cry poverty. What I have since learned is that it is bad luck to cry about, believe in, think about, or focus on poverty at all. Why? Because it just creates the subconscious seeds, creating the belief of lack, limitation, and scarcity, which lowers our energy vibration, thus attracting more poverty and scarcity into our lives. To get off this treadmill cycle, I made a commitment to demolish the negative focus and fear of lack, limitation, and scarcity. Then I replaced the toxic thoughts by consistently focusing on the positive and being grateful for all of my abundance. You see, I thought I was doing all the right things. After all, I prayed for and affirmed, verbally and in writing, prosperity the first thing in the morning, and then again before going to bed. What I didn't take into account was how quickly I canceled out my few minutes a day of positive thinking with my preoccupation with lack, limitation, scarcity fears, and worry. Basically, throughout the day, I compiled my thoughts into what I call a heaping manure sandwich. In this case, it was a thin slice of positive thinking in the morning, stuffed mile high with manure throughout the day, and another slice of positive thinking at night. Then, when I didn't manifest prosperity, I added to this toxic mix frustration, despair, bitterness, and disappointment over my failure. I can't tell you the number of times I gave up on prosperity thinking and affirmations, swearing that it didn't work, or the number of books that I threw across the room, or the gurus I cursed. But in essence, they and my grandmother had been right all along. It's bad luck to cry poverty. I just wasn't aware of all the manure I have been dishing out. If only I had paid attention to my grandmother, it would have created prosperity consciousness early. Without the pain and suffering I endured in ignorance. Now I know better, so I do better. I'm on a new diet. No more manure sandwiches for me. Nope, I'm on a dessert diet. On this diet, I indulge in the richest, sweetest things in life. It's probably the only diet in which I get to have my cake and eat it too, without feeling the slightest bit guilty. When I stop being consumed with worry about not having enough, not saving enough, not making enough, and not being enough, I released my anxious attachment to scarcity and surrendered, putting my faith in my ability to attract prosperity. It's funny, but the less I focused on prosperity and acquiring, the more abundant I felt and the more prosperity I attracted. Discriminatingly focus your thinking. Visualize and then expect prosperity, abundance, financial security, and increase. And you will not only manifest it, but also magnify it. The more attention you pay to your intention, the more it grows, magnifies, and multiplies. Place your attention on infinite abundance, harmony, peace, love, joy, success, and health, and you will receive more of it. Whatever it is you desire, challenge yourself to desire it for others too. For instance, if you desire a promotion or a raise, visualize everyone else who desires a promotion being able to manifest it too. When you ask for things for others, you are acknowledging unlimited universal abundance. You are saying that there is no scarcity. There's more than enough to go around. When you wish for others to manifest what they desire with pure intention, you are inviting the floodgates to be open to you. So be sure to extend your best wishes to everyone. When you bless everyone and wish them the best, people subconsciously pick up your blessings. This radiates a positive karmic energy and attracts more of the blessings to you. You can extend your wishes to any circumstance. It is an old adage at its best. What goes around comes around. Also in business, you can wholeheartedly wish other people to do well and sell a lot and to be successful. And you will see your own business or career improving. When you are jealous, resentful of others, or wish trouble onto others, it tends to come right back to you and bite you in the you know what. Remember, the desire for wealth, abundance, and power isn't bad, evil, or greedy, or selfish. Money is a currency. It is a neutral energy. Your intentions and what you do with money and wealth are what can make it good or bad. As I have said, having, sharing, and giving money and wealth is good and will give continuity to the flow of money and wealth in your life. As such, wealth and money will be a blessing. Then again, if everything you do, think, or behave is manipulated or influenced by money, if all you want is money for the sake of having, no matter what or how, if you are obsessed with the accumulation of money at all costs, the ultimate price you will have to pay will be exuberant. On the other hand, money can provide all of those things when you express your talents, pursue a meaningful life, share, serve humanity, assist others in their journeys, and live a full and balanced life. Prosperity, like everything in life, is a choice. You must consciously choose to be prosperous. Then and only then can you apply and reap the rewards of prosperity consciousness. Ask, and you shall receive. So often people psych themselves out of visualizing or manifesting because they recall their past so-called failures at manifesting. When they didn't get what they wanted, they selectively rehashed all of their so-called failures, but forgot to recognize, celebrate, and be grateful for all of their successes. Look around you. Everything you have and everything you are, you created. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It may not be exactly what you desired, but it is what your thoughts repeatedly focused on with intensity, and thus you manifested. It's up to you to visualize and manifest what you truly desire in your life. Extraordinary size 69. Create a very detailed list of all of the things that you ever wanted to manifest in your life but didn't. Look over your list. Were these things that you really desired? Or were they things that others wanted for you? For example, your parents or a loved one could have wanted you to have a certain career, but it wasn't really what your authentic self desired. Now that you're older and wiser, redo your list. Cross out everything that you never really wanted, that you no longer want, or that you are now unsure about. Choose to manifest only what deeply inspires you. It is so much easier and more pleasurable to focus all of your energy on what you are truly passionate about. Look over your list again and fine-tune each item. Ask yourself, is this what I really desire? Or can I be more specific? Can I ask for something better? If you want shelter, why ask for a roof over your head when you can ask for a nice home? Or better yet, why not ask for a big, brand new home with manicured landscaping in a nice part of town. Get my drift? Think big. For each one of your desires, ask yourself, why do I really desire this? What is the true essence of why I desire this? What is the underlying feeling that I want this thing to give me? Some examples are peace of mind, security, freedom, love, energy, excitement, power, and confidence. Then ask yourself, how can I experience the essence of these emotional qualities right now? Make a list. By giving yourself the essence of what you need, you are not only fulfilling your needs and enjoying the present moment, but you are also not striving or struggling. Have you heard the saying, if you want something, first be willing to give it? In this instance, you are first giving yourself the essence of what you need and want, so you aren't desperate or struggling, which would repel what you want. Once you have peace of mind, joy, love, etc., that you always wanted, you will be able to attract even more of it into your life. All you need to do is to fill your soul with the essence of what you are seeking from the material thing that you want. When you are busy filling yourself with the essence of what you desire, you are no longer focused on lack, scarcity, and limitation. Instead, you open the door to attract more of what you have, abundance and prosperity, by releasing your attachments to what you desire along with your obsessions. Prosperity affirmations. Police your thoughts. You may not be able to restrain and detain every thought that marches through your mind, but you can apprehend, arrest, and expatriate the disempowering ones. Affirmations do work. What can keep them from working are your own full frontal counterattacks. The naysayers who have used affirmations and claim they don't work for them are the very people who need it most. If affirmations have failed you, you need to look within and get to the root of the problem. What often happens is that you start all gung-ho about affirmations and you repeat them every day, sometimes twice a day, for about 5 minutes a pop, and then you go on with your day. What you fail to recognize is that you sandwiched in between all of those hours. I'll bet you the rest of the time your brain was doing a number on you. You spent a few minutes affirming, and then you spent the rest of the day creating havoc with your thoughts. It's naive to expect that you can spend a lifetime thinking negatively and then retrain your mind with just a few minutes of half-hearted affirmations a day. Throughout the day, every day, you need to stay vigilant for how you are feeling. Your feelings serve as an intricate internal alarm system. When you are feeling negative, examine what thoughts you're allowing to take residence in your mind, especially when you are getting started. This is when your ego is most likely revolting against what it considers to be a sales job by the new and improved you, and it's trying to convince you that it is at the expense of the old and wiser you. In order for affirmations to become ingrained in your mind, you need to watch your limited thinking whining, complaining, and depressing and self-defeating self-talk like a hawk. You have to nip them in the bud. Do not allow yourself to wallow in negative thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking negative thoughts, firmly and authoritatively say, cancel, cancel, or delete, delete, or whatever phrase resonates with you, then immediately the limiting thought, then immediately replace the limiting thought with a positive affirmation. The more feeling and intensity that you can muster, the better. Below are a few affirmations to get your juices and thoughts flowing. For a more comprehensive list, you may visit my website, selflovediva.com or extraordinaryyou.com. Start affirming, I am a money magnet. I attract money, prosperity, and abundance. Every day, in every way, I am attracting more and more abundance into my life. I am grateful for my infinite abundance. I'm financially independent and secure. Money continuously flows into my life. My life is filled with prosperity, abundance, and joy. I deserve abundance. My worth is increased by everything that I do. I succeed at everything I do. I give myself permission to be wealthy and prosperous. My abundance keeps multiplying. I speak and think of abundance and prosperity. I am open to unlimited wealth and prosperity. I'm going back a couple to feel into the energy of these. I succeed at everything I do. I give myself permission to be wealthy and prosperous. My abundance keeps multiplying. I speak and think of abundance and prosperity. I am open to unlimited wealth and prosperity. I value and respect money and its values and respects me. Okay, I need to reread that one again. I value and respect money and its values and okay, I got it now. I'm learning and growing with you too. I value and respect money, and it values and respects me. I have multiple streams of income. I am incredibly wealthy in all areas of my life. My self-worth and net worth are increasing every day. I am infinitely prosperous. I am very rich in money and spirit. I choose to be successful and prosperous. I manifest money, wealth, and prosperity. I invite prosperity into my life now. I believe that your most valuable asset is not what you achieve or attain, the money that you require, or the toys that you buy. Your most valuable asset is the spiritual and emotional being you become as a result of your journey through life. Your most valuable asset is in the growth spurts that have shaped, transformed, and defined who you are today. Money and material things can come and go, but no one can take away the very essence of your authentic self. Your character, your core, your soul, your essence is your true legacy that continues on indefinitely. This is authentic wealth. Prayer therapy. Prayer technique is a powerful way to manifest what you desire. Prayer is an opportunity to connect with your soul and with your innermost feelings and desires. For your prayers to be answered, all you really need to do is to pray your heart out and pray from your heart. You don't need a Bible, an organized prayer, a person of the cloth, or a concrete place of worship. All you need are heartfelt emotions and desires. Praying inscribes your heart with your heartfelt desires onto your subconscious mind. Once you feel inner peace over your prayer, let go and relax. You can pray for yourself, pray for a loved one, or even pray for perfect strangers. The only requirement is that it be pure and heartfelt. Once you pray and feel an inner peace about it, release it to the universe. You must have faith that your prayer is being answered. Expect to receive a positive outcome and a resolution to your own prayer. And don't forget to give thanks in advance for your prayers being answered. So that concludes Prosperity Consciousness, Chapter 12. I want to invite you, from my heart to yours, to experience a book club like no other. The Extraordinary You Book Club, Your Extraordinary You Book Club. I'm going to post the link in this description. And what I want you to know is that your heartfelt legacy of love to become extraordinarily you is part of a legacy that I'm continuing for Jacqueline Ortiz, our beautiful angel, and knowing that this book is transformational. It is life-changing. And as we learned in this chapter about what it says in the Bible is pray without ceasing. It's to stay in the momentum of that consciousness so that the subconscious patterns can be re-imprinting and we can reframe and grow into who we were meant to become. And that's what this Your Extraordinary You Book Club will be. And join me there where we can have discussions on each chapter so that you can help to repattern those thoughts and become who you know yourself was, your soul came to this world to be. So with that, please join me inside of the book club. We are joining this, we are going to be continuing this journey together. And it's a powerful example of how we are all in this together. We are a unified consciousness and we are raising into the light of who we are meant to be, to cast out that shadow, that ego space personality that's within each one of us, the one that talks down to us, that doubts our abilities, that creates conflicts within ourselves, that causes manipulations, that tries to control our situations or others or our environment. And it's all about collaborating, working together, coming together in connection where we truly heal. So join me inside of the book club and allow your heart to heal. Allow yourself to come into a resonant space of that prosperity consciousness that we all came to this world to experience. And I realized that there's a gift that I'm meant to give. And it just came to me while reading this, because as I was declaring each one of those affirmations for you towards the mid to end of the affirmations, it was done with the conviction that was brought about in what Jacqueline calls the Extraordinary You program, and we were collaborating on creating. It was the Doorway to Your Divine Destiny is my program. And so since Jacqueline is no longer with us in the physical sense, because she is with us in the spiritual sense, and for that I am so grateful. And I want to gift the course, the whole course of the Doorway to Your Divine Destiny to everyone who goes through the Extraordinary Youth Book Club, to be able to experience the Doorway to Your Divine Destiny, which is accessing the divinity within you. And I truly believe that we are all divine beings, and we've been programmed to be in the manipulation cycles of society and programming around us. And I want to give you additional resources outside of this book club. So when we finish this book club, you will have access to a self-study course where every chapter has both subliminal affirmations that are set to brainwave technology that Jacqueline and I created for you with a type of brainwave technology that is immersive. It alternates between left and right brain, and it also not only has subliminal affirmations, so there's an 11-minute, 11 seconds that you hear the affirmations so you know what they are. Then there's subliminals that are just set to music, as well as there's a guided meditation for each one of the chapters that you go through, or course modules. And then there's a training that goes with each one. And so I would be so honored to have you be a part of that. And so by completing the book club, it would be my personal gift to share with you that full course. And it's also, I realize in this moment, my inspiration for completing the program, because when Jacqueline passed away, even though we had completed a great portion of what was going into the program, we completed the guided meditations, the affirmations. We didn't complete the teachings. We didn't complete the program, the teachings that went along with it. And so as I read through and I'm taking in the prosperity consciousness and really realizing the gift of generosity and how leading from your heart and coming from that space of generosity and wanting the best for everyone, giving you the greater tools, I realized that completing a book club like this and going through these extraordinary sizes is such a gift not only for you, but also for the collective energy of our world. So if I can do anything to help uplift that vibration in our world, I'm in. So join us for the Extraordinary You Book Club and complete the book club to gain access to the doorway to your divine destiny, and realize that who you be is the gift that you are giving in the world, and to come from that space of authentic truth as you come home to your heart and find that inner space of love and security, validation. It's that space that allows us to truly be in alignment with our soul's divinity. So please join me. Click the link below to access and sign up for your Extraordinary You Book Club, so we can be on this journey together. All right. I'm Jacqueline Bambenek with Vibrational Energy Solutions, from my heart to your heart, with so much unwavering love and appreciation for you and your journey, wherever you're at. I know being in this life and this world is not easy at times, but I'm so happy you're there. Please reach out to me if I can support you in any way. Goodbye for now.